that quote from St. Thomas Aquinas, I think about that a lot, the way we try to define God, describe God, flesh it out in some form that we can relate to. When really, it's not a person, it doesn't have opinions. It's an energy of intelligence that operates in and through and as all of creation. And that's a little hard to wrap our brains around sometimes, right? So we make it a dude in a chair in the clouds, or whatever we make it into. The closest I've ever gotten to understanding what God is that God is the energy of unconditional love. Sometimes we'll use the phrase Christ consciousness around here. And really, that's the consciousness of unconditional love. Unconditional love. Love without conditions. Breathe that in for a moment. That's a very not normal human thing, right? Because we put conditions on everything. And yet, there is this essence of absolute unconditional love within every single one of us all the time. And the best I can say is that is the God wisdom within each one of us, leading us, guiding us, moving us forward. We can confuse romance with love. It's tricky, isn't it? Because we use love for everything. I think in my letter for the week, I said something like, I've said, I love you in 11 texts, to my dog, to my husband, accidentally to the guy dropping off my groceries because he thinks I love you. Looked a little startled. I love my new Bounce Curl hairbrush. It sets my curls. We use this word for so many things. And when we have these romantic relationships or these ideas about love based in romance, then let's even talk through that. There are crushes, right? Or limerence is a more intense form of a crush where we see someone, we may even know them, and we decide what their personality is, and then it isn't that. And that's very upsetting. And then we make them wrong about it. We make them wrong for being who they really are because our heart decided they should be that or this. We form relationships and we do the same darn thing, don't we? I can fix him. She'll come around. I'll wear him down. And the only problem there is that they aren't who we made up. So let's take all of that relationship stuff and just set it over here for this talk and see if we can get to the heart of just what love is from the unconditional space. Are you with me? This is one of those talks that's either really basic or really deep. It'll be interesting to find out which of you thinks what. So the first thing we have to do is recognize that love is. To recognize that love is. Whether we're seeing evidence of it or not. To sink into that idea that the thread that holds all of the molecules together, that invisible thing that physicists can't figure out quite yet, that in the space between the subatomic particles is the essence of unconditional love. A space where no matter who or what we are, what we want, what we believe, how we behave, that there is still a space for each one of us prepared perfectly by the consciousness of an intelligent universe. At least 4 of you are thinking, yeah, sure. And I get it. This teaching has really helped me ground into the idea that love is not a state. Love is not a feeling. Love is not an emotion. Love is not an accomplishment. Love is. And love is in each one of us. To the extent that we are willing to acknowledge that and lean into it is the extent to which we will experience it. But it's there, whether we are claiming it and owning it or not. That's the God presence that is within each one of us. And to really anchor into love, the first step is to decide to recognize it without needing to see the evidence. Take a breath if that feels not fun. See, it's important that we think about the love of God this way, this primordial, unconditional love this way. Because if we don't, the other option is that there is a love of God that can be and must be earned. That we have to behave a certain way, look a certain way, do a certain thing, believe a certain thing, or we will be left out of the glory of good. And I don't know about you, but forgetting Ernest Holmes and forgetting all the wise billions of people who've ever written anything, I don't want to live in a world where I believe that God picks favorites. I just don't. It won't stick to my soul. I'm a mama of a whole passel, and I cannot imagine being like, and Christopher's good, and Melody's good, and Lauren's good, and we don't care about Dharma, and Creighton's good. It would never happen. It would never happen. I can't imagine a thing that any of my children or stepchildren could ever do to close them out of my heart. Ever. Are you with me? So how could we ever buy into the idea of a God, a spirit, a divinity, a consciousness that is less evolved than me? I would say we deserve better than that. The pure love of the universe, the love that is the soaring in love of my talk, is a fundamental building block of every single sentient being, everywhere. And yes, the people that are coming up in your mind that you're like, nuh-uh, because they, them too. And they might have smothered that light with a whole lot of woundedness, but it doesn't take away the fact that there is still that space in the consciousness for their fullness too. The natural question that comes up from this all of the time for me is, but Reverend Lezli, I don't know how. I don't know how to love someone who believes something that would hurt my family. I don't know how to love someone who has harmed me. I don't know how to love someone who I was building something with, and then I find out that they are so different than what I thought, that they are an alien stranger to my soul. The good news is, we don't have to know how. God knows. All we have to do is surrender into the reality that that love is there for us and let it guide our heart. Ernest Holmes, who's the founder of this teaching, wrote in What Religious Science Teaches, he said, if we would look for a God of love, we must look long and deeply into each other. We must look away from the differences until we penetrate into the unity of the whole. Love alone reveals love. Hate but hides the gleam. We must look into each other. Because if we are conceiving of God as a guy in a chair in the sky, I don't know why he has a chair. It's a fancy chair in my mind. And a beard and a scroll. I don't know what's on the scroll. Perhaps your image looks different. We can relate to that image, but when we think of God as this ephemeral consciousness, this divine intelligence, we have to step out of how we would normally think about interacting with life. We have to look for that goodness within each other, because that's where we can see it. We can't look up and see the guy in the chair, but I can look right at Sid and see the divine truth. I can look right at the online campus, and I can see you and feel that you are worthy of all of the love of all of the universe. See, this is what's missing in our discourse right now. In the United States especially, but globally. There's them and us. There's those folks and those folks. There's political parties and churches and ideas and families and right? And when we other each other, we are forgetting the most fundamental piece. The only place we will ever find God is within a human, within an animal, within a creation of the divine. That's the closest we're ever going to get, in the center of our own sweet hearts and in the eyes of one another. We have got to get better at remembering that. Jesus famously said, "That which you do to the least, you do to me." Every faith has a variant on that theme. God is who we each are. Love is who we each are. This kind of love shows up as respect, as a space to honor who is in front of us. It shows up as presence, as active listening, as being more interested in the heart of the person in front of us than our own opinion about what's being said. Thich Nhat Hanh, the great Buddhist teacher, yes, I'm still working on Thich Nhat Hanh. You're going to hear about him all month. And probably many more months, because he's a favorite of mine. He said, if we were to say, "Dear one, I love you," just that mantra, "Dear one, I love you." He said "darling" in his book, or "my friend," or if you're me, "sugar muffin." "Sugar muffin, I love you." If you are fully present, this mantra does produce miracles. You become real, really the divine truth of who you are. And the person you're saying it to becomes real. And life becomes real in that moment. When we are in this us, them, bad guys, good guys, political parties, national lines, legal, illegal, when we're in that mess, we cannot remember this simple truth. I am love. You are 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 love. Somewhere deep down in every single being is that same love. Every day, multiple times every day, someone is asking me, how can I experience more love in my life? I'm a minister. It's like the big one. It's the big question. This is it. This is it. We say, be the love you wish to see. It's even simpler than that. It's let yourself be the love you wish to see. It's already there. It's been implanted into you by that which brought you forth. It already knows how to do it. Let it do it. Love as respect requires honoring one another right where they are. Sometimes it's messy. Sometimes it feels foreign. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's so messy you cannot be physically present with that person. Does that mean you cannot love them? No. No. We can give unconditional love to people with whom we cannot be present for wounded reasons, for distance reasons, for choice reasons. We can. But we have to love who they actually are, not the version of them that we made up. It takes intention. It takes deciding. And deciding again and deciding again and deciding again that someone's dignity, even in their messiness, is more important than your personal preference of how they would show up. That their freedom to be who they are is more important than your preference for how they show up. Let's all take a breath. Thich Nhat Hanh also said this: in true love, there's no space for pride. And the holding on to the definition we've made up about another being is pride. And the holding on to the how it should be, because I know, because I have the list, and I have some lists, that's pride. And the thinking my way is more important than your way, that's pride. True love is laying down the clipboard of what was supposed to happen and deciding love matters more. Love matters more than your pronouns. Love matters more than that haircut. You know the haircut. Love matters more than, oh my God, you got another tattoo that's visible. That's my dad. He keeps wondering when I'm going to get fired from this job. Surely they can't let you keep doing that. They seem to be letting me do that. Oh. And loving as respect means creating safe spaces simply by existing. And what I mean by that is when somebody shows up in their unskilled behavior, I love that phrase, unskilled behavior. It covers many, many things that can be. Seeing through that, seeing through the tantrums, the anger, or the woundedness. It all always comes back to woundedness, doesn't it? To see through all of that and believe in love enough that they can find it. Often it doesn't even require a word. I bet everyone within the sound of my voice knows someone that they feel just a little bit better simply by sitting beside. They don't have to do anything. They don't have to have magic words. There's nothing that needs fixing. Just being creates a place where that love can just become apparent. We make this so hard. We make this so complicated. It isn't. Does that human being deserve to feel the unconditional, the unbounded, the unruled love of the divine? And if they do, where the heck do we think it's going to show up if not from us? This is what we were made for, to be love in action. If we are not praying prayers of love for this whole world every single day, what the heck are we doing? If we're not spending more consciousness in love than on the news, what the heck are we doing? It's so easy to forget the calling. Revealing the power of love. We picked that vision for a reason. And the world has never needed it more desperately than right now. Within this community, there are people who need it more desperately than ever. Across the street, across the city, across the world. People are desperate to believe that there is a space for them, and we have the power to be the yes if we choose it. If we choose it. So, our dear Thich Nhat Hanh gave us 4 simple mantras to help remind us and guide us on our way. The first one is, dear one, I am here for you. So I have a thing that when I am struggling, I cannot talk to my mom on the phone because she says, honey, and I just start crying. Anybody have somebody like that? She doesn't have to say anything. She doesn't have to make anything make sense. She just says, oh, honey. And I can just let it all out. She doesn't interrupt. She doesn't worry about not being able to understand my diction through the snot bubbles. I am here for you. We think supporting each other is hard. It's not. It's not. It's just choosing to. Dear one, I am here for you. The next one is, I know you are there and I am happy. Now this can be back to the person who said, dear one, I'm here for you. And often it is. But sometimes it's sunshine. I know you are here and I'm happy. Lantana flowers. I know you are here and I am happy. Infinite spirit of love in my heart, I know you are here and I am happy. We will walk by 100 million things of beauty and love and peace and joy, and walk right past them without paying any attention to point at the one thing that feels like not love. Just don't. Just don't. Let yourself see. We see the big things, but this week I got a video of my granddaughter taking her first steps, and I have made like 57 people watch it. I know she is there, and I am happy. Next we have, dear one, I know you are suffering. Dear one, I know you are suffering. Just acknowledging the truth of what's happening inside the beloved you see. You don't have to fix it. You don't have to have amazing, wise words. Not taking on guardianship of their problem. Lay the codependence down, my friends. But just, I see you're struggling. I see it. And I'm here. And finally, we have the one that the great teacher says, if you only have space for one mantra, choose this one. Dear one, I am suffering. Please help. We forget to ask. We think we're weak if we allow support. But love is a giving and love is a receiving. And we invite people to join us in that loving nature when we say, I am suffering. Please help. Please sit with me. Please hear me. Please pick up my antibiotic prescription from Fry's Pharmacy. Please remind me that love is. Please remind me who I am. If we can use these 4 mantras in our life, we will feel love every day. Every day. It's a choice. Do we choose it? Do we choose it? Do we choose it? Yes. And so that's the invitation this week. To take these mantras, to take this concept into our lives more completely than ever before. To let go of these old ideas of love being the magic person that fits us exactly so that we never ever have to try or grow or be anything different. And open up to the reality that love is literally everywhere, in everyone, in everything. And it's this simple. Are you with me? And so it is. Let's anchor this in some prayer. How good it is to know that right here, right now, infinite love as spirit is right where each is. Each within the sound of my voice, because it's the truth of everyone everywhere. Since spirit created everything out of its own goodness, it built its love into every single person, every place, everything, every unfoldment, every possibility. And so right here, right now, whatever was brought in on the hearts of the beloveds of New Vision Center, I know that love is already working on it. That love is working on our woundedness, that it is healing our physical bodies, that it is opening our hearts, that it is clearing our minds, it is making space for a new experience of love, for creating the space where love can be birthed ever larger, where no one is excluded. And I'm grateful beyond grateful to know that right where we are each beautifully supported. And the New Vision Center is at the center of it all for each of us, reminding us, love is everywhere. I call it all good, as we say, and so it is.